You're welcome to Who Cares Moment with Biola. I am Biola Biula. On Who Cares Moment, we share true life stories of everyday people, some of whom making great impact after overcoming great challenges in life, and moving stories of those in need of someone who cares. Who cares? We care. What do you do when you get tired of getting tired? Tired of controlling situation, persons, or way of life? At some point in life, we face different forms of abuse. But what will you do? Cara Bennett said, "Only I can change my life. No one will do it for me." Today's story is on the brave escape of a teenager, Obinna, from physical and psychological abuse. Do you know that 40 million children are subject to abuse each year? But in spite of promises made by government, children are still being neglected and abused, some exploited by their own family. Obinna, born in Johannesburg, South Africa to a Nigerian father and South African mother, had everything any child would require, love and material things, until death struck and snatched his loving father when he was 8 years old and his baby sister just few months old. Some months after his father's burial in eastern Nigeria, his mother left him in the care of his grandparents and uncle, who were very loving and doted over him, promising him that he would visit South Africa often. The love and care he experienced was short-lived, as he was later told he needed to work hard to pay his school fees. Obinna shocked as he thought his father had investment in Nigeria. Still trying to adapt to the new environment, culture, weather, language and food, he felt very lonely and unloved as he was made to sell sachet water known as pure water in Nigeria. Also, he had to do all the household chores while other children were out playing. Terrified, his ordeal had only just begun. His food was usually watery, unlike other kids. Obinna tells of a certain day when, as usual, he was out after school hours to sell pure water to sachet water. Hungry and tired, he thought of his late loving father, his mother and baby sister in South Africa. He did not notice an oncoming vehicle that slightly hit him and knocked him down, narrowly escaping what would have been a fatal accident. He was taken to the hospital. After being discharged from the hospital with bruises, the doctor gave instruction of bed rest and he sighed. At this point, you would, like me, expect his late father's relatives to give him a break, right? Well, that didn't happen, as he was made to get back to the street to fetch water. With tears down his cheeks, he thought, what a cruel world, as neighbors sympathized but none could help. It afterwards became very hard for Obinna to concentrate in class. School work were left undone, thereby affecting his grades. Obinna, at 12 years old, tired of his situation being called names and often beaten, he then spoke rudely to his grandparents, demanding he be sent to his mother in South Africa. This led to the punishment of being locked out of the house and made to sleep on bare floor in the company of mosquitoes. The following morning, he called his mother and reported the issue. His mother called his family members and insisted that her son be sent back to her, but as with other times, she was told she had no right over him.
That day, my son buzzed me when I called him. He was crying. They locked him outside the house. All night, there's mosquitoes. All night, they open for him in the morning when he has to enter, prepare himself to go to school. Which child will be outside and prepare himself and go to school? That day, Obinna called me because he can save money and put recharge on the grandmother's phone. He called me, sharing tears. I had to call back and I had to ask Mama, I even call my brother-in-law that how can they allow a 12-year-old to sleep? What if something happened to him that night? Or one gangster people, they're fighting somewhere, gunshot, and that gun will hit him.
A counselor speaks of the effect of the ill treatment meted out at Obinna.
A 12-year-old child is locked outside. I mean, that's child abuse. A 12-year-old child is locked out. He's not even a teenager yet. He's locked outside for something he supposedly said to have done. The police should be called, social services should be called to lock a child outside because he did something wrong. That is not the way to take care of children. Whoever did that is damaging that child, and it's child abuse. And social services should be called to sort the situation out. In fact, the simplest situation is the child should be returned to his mother. That's just it. There's no two ways about it. He should be returned to his mother. The child is traumatized. That's pretty obvious. The child should even be seeing a therapist or a psychologist.
Obinna, now 13 years old, decided that he had had enough. And with the help of his friend in school, he got himself a phone, called his mother and told her of his escape plan. By mid-December 2018, all by himself, Obinna traveled from eastern Nigeria to Lagos and spent the night with his mother's friend, who went with him the following day to the South African embassy to explain the issue. Calls were put through to his mother, who had reported the issue in South Africa to authorities. With the help of his mother's friend, he boarded a flight to Johannesburg, South Africa. Now in Johannesburg, South Africa, with his loving mother and sister, Obinna expressed his satisfaction. Freedom at last his side. Though he looked very frail and weak, in December 2018, when Hooker's Moment, the voice for the voiceless, met with him as he narrated his story. Some children in Johannesburg, South Africa, reacted to the story of Obinna.
Abusing children is not fair. It's not funny and it's not a joke. When you abuse a child, you lower the child's self-esteem, and the children are the future. When you abuse them, they lose their self-esteem. They lose everything. They think they are useless. They feel they are nothing because you abuse them and you take away all the hope they have of the future. Don't abuse children. Children have rights. Fight against children abuse. And when you see a child being abused, don't stand and watch and say it's none of your business. Stand against it. Stop them from abusing the child.
Hello, my name is Brandon. I'm 10 years old. I want to say that please, people, stop abusing other children, because one day they'll start being abusing their wonderful children.
Imagine the story. This boy it's not even his parents, his relatives. They forced him to sell pure water. His father was a rich man. I bet you his parents loved him so much and wouldn't want this for him. I don't even know if he's going to school. Parents, you have to do something about this. Imagine this was your child. What would you do? If your child was being abused like this, you would have to say something. Children and parents, imagine this was you. These children need a future. Imagine what he'll grow up to be. He'll become a street kid or an armed robber or something like that. He'll end up being useless if they keep abusing him like this. He'll grow up to be an adult and abuse his children one day. And it will be a cycle. Just imagine he gets married to your daughter, and then what's going to happen after that? I guess you should end abuse and fight against it.
Stop abusing children. It's gonna be online now. Woo! Please stop abusing children. They might abuse their children in the next future. Please stop abusing children. Please. Peace.
It is said that evil prevails when good people do nothing. Please take action and report when you notice a child is being abused around you, or contact us. Be your brother's keeper. In 2019, Obinna was enrolled in school in Johannesburg. He now looks transformed. In 2020, his grandparents called his mother to apologize for everything that has been done, and she assured them that she had forgiven them. But Obinna still has some reservations. To err is human, but to forgive is divine. But you would agree with me that it will take Obinna the process of time. So, Will you be like Obinna, break away from everything limiting you? The choice is yours to make. Life is a risk, but not taking a risk itself is a risk. Like Dr. David Oyedepo Sr. would say, take responsibility for your life. So, what step will you take today to make a change? Join in the conversation today, sending your comment and advice as you click the like and subscribe button. You can also send us your true life stories to Who Cares Moment, the voice for the voiceless. Be your brother's keeper, sending your comments and your advice. Let us change our world one person at a time. Thank you for being part of this edition. I am Biola Biula. Who cares? We care.